Good morning, Fenlanders. How are we doing? I'm Daniel and welcome to Fenland Farming Adventures. Hope you're all good. We are on the final stretch of planting today, I hope. Grumpy Grandad's just freshened up some of the other stuff that we were dressing up yesterday. Obviously I was out there last night till 9 o'clock or whatever it was. So we get the planter fired up. You can see the greatness of having roller shut doors, can't you? And this end. There we go. Now let's see if the door opens. No, Nana's doing all the running around after making all our doggies like a good old girl. Right? Yeah. Like talking to yourself, you should be good at that. too good at it. Yeah, get the planter fired up. I'm just going to check the oil on this because I haven't done it for a while. So, yeah, something you can't do with shades on, and something you also can't do with one hand on these John Deeres, unfortunately. This is one of the better ones. This is not working very hard. It's due a service anyway. Yeah, some oil in there. I managed to get loads of water in there as well. The water's good. Ta-da! Got my shades on. Oh. Hoorah! So yeah, good start of the day. Had a nice little Irish man cupping my testicles, which is great. It's like, please drop your trousers, sir. I was like, you haven't even bought me dinner yet. And yeah, I've got a hernia, so I may need a Fenlander to come and fill in for me for 2 months while I'm recovering from not being able to do anything. You can drive after a week, he said, but you can't do any heavy lifting for 2 months. So that'll be the end of September, which is not perfect. So yeah, got to try and organise to get the harvester done. Alright, I probably can do some running around helping people. Hello. You can't really see a lot with these front tanks on. There's not a lot going on up front. But yeah, this is a very short distance we are from the very short distance from the field to the farm. But I came down here yesterday with a full tank on the planter and a full tank up front, and the wheels did not like that. You can feel every hole in the road. It's Tony! Hey! My cousin's still out there planting, so he's going at it. Obviously he didn't think it was too wet yesterday. What we were worried about yesterday was it... My magnets I bought are too good for themselves. All we were worried about was it... Oh. Was it going hard and crusty and kind of not capping, because potatoes won't cap for potatoes, but it will for sugar beet. But it would just get a crust over it, and then it would be horrible, you know. It'd be horrible all year. So Grumpster just didn't want any of that going on, but he's been flying up and down doing about 4k today, just making sure everything we done yesterday is okay. You know, you can still see all the clods and stuff in the ridges. It was pulling the clods up where it was wet. It was just pulling all the clods and making it clumpy, if you like. So you can still get it and squeeze it, and it will stick together. So that's not really ideal conditions for putting spuds in for us. You know, you don't want it crusty. You want it nice to stay fine, if you like. So the longer you can leave it to dry out, the better it will be. So while Nutty Nana's just on the phone, we will get ourselves positioned. And I've got to roll the sheet off the trailer as well. Still trying to figure out, I might do some live on TikTok today. I'll see how I get on, but the doobrey that holds my phone on the thing has disappeared, so yeah. But the planter was working well yesterday. When I left it, it was set at 8.1 and it's averaging 8.1, so it was fluctuating between 7.9 and 8.3, so about right. And we're going on to big seed next as well. I've got one little crate of small agria to plant, so that'll be that one little sprayer weed and done with Babylon and one end of agria. But you won't never notice the difference anyway, so you won't notice no difference there. And I've got to get this right for the wind as well. The wind is laying one way, so wind is still blowing that way. It's still quite windy. They're talking of less wind tomorrow, so spraying day tomorrow. Nutty Nana's now coming as well, so that's good. Park the planter there. We can check a fertiliser. Let's get going. While Nutty Nana's trying to reverse off the field, because that'll take her an hour. Over there she is. Cousin's over there planted. I don't know if you can see him in the distance. Got triple bed basilia up and running. Got his planter as well. Let's get this off. There we go. One. Two. I don't know how long this is going to be down here today, so I might as well just leave this off as well. See if we can't get it wound up. Got to be out of cedar. That's off. We get back to Leaf Farm. Right. So, lo and behold, I've only gone and left my gloves in the other tractor. I cleared all the gloves out of these tractors because I like to wash the gloves. Get this one fired up and the air can be building up then. Sorry about the Blair Witch project. Hurrah! Pull this one forward. Get this one loaded. Loader can be warming up then as well. One before she goes. Yeah, done. Right. Get this one loaded. Leave this warming up. Get rid of this one and then get the other one loaded, and then we're planting. Hey, Cookie might be about in a minute. Cookie! Now my weekly meeting with Cheerful Cookie. I'm about to have my testicles cupped for a second time today. At least you got small hands, Cookie, not like that doctor I just seen. Righto, Fenlanders, that's all the small seed out of the way, and I just ran out just as I got to the end, so that one's empty, that lane is empty. Right, I'll get filled up with seed, and you lot know how I do that. I'll get that done. And then I'll tell you what adjustments I'm going to do on the planter, and we'll have a dig around and see if we can get the planter planting just so. See you in a minute. Get that tipped in. definitely does it. Couple of pesky little buggers didn't want to come out there. And we'll start making a heap of these crates, too high, right across the field, and then I can get them loaded up. I mean, I am using my cousin's field, but he won't mind. Put them too high, and then I can take a whole heap of them back. And what I'm wondering is if I can take them back too high, and then just take them back, tractor and loader together, and take them back with the loader and the trailer, and just unload them all at the same time, you know, all where I want them, rather than have to keep buggering about. Pretty simple. Sorry, I forgot my windsock today, and it's got a lot more windy than I was expecting it to, so it's pretty simple setup. Basically, big seed needs a bigger gap to get through, so I cut that right down. For small seed, I cut that right down. So as you can see now, I'm going to lift this flap up a couple. Just allows more seed to get through there and onto this belt. I don't want them, single height is almost perfect. I probably could have come up a hole for the small seed, but I just want them like that, you know, maybe double height, single height, but no more than that. Any more than that, and it just keeps dropping too much on the belts. As you can see, I ran out on this side, so we'll get that all scooted up. Let's undo this one and do this one. That's all it boils down to. Bigger seed needs a bigger gap to get through, so I just have to adjust the planter to suit the size of the seed. And by doing that, let that flap up a bit more, let the bigger seed roll through there a bit easier. Get some of them on there. Oh God, that's not supposed to be in there. I don't want to plant that. But these belts will just automatically run until the belts underneath here are all filled up. So let's get a couple of patties put on there. They all file through there like so, and then we're not run out of seed then, are we? Might be a little bit of a smidge of a seed. The other thing I have to do, them belts in the middle there that I was just lining up with potatoes, you can adjust the track width of it. So at the minute I've got it on 45, 55s and closer to 55. So the bigger seed, I only really adjust this, and all that does is just move that. I don't know if you can see that spinning round, and it just lets a bigger potato in. Bigger gap. That widens the gap on there to allow the bigger potatoes just to sit on there. I mean, it should be there. A little bit of adjustment on the computer, obviously. I'll go from perhaps 8.1 right through to about 10 now, and then we'll have a dig. Get the planter, we'll do an end and get the planter set up working properly first, and then go from there. Hoorah! Yeah, we'll go and see how the planter works with this lot in there, and then hopefully it should be good. Hopefully I just need to adjust my computer a little bit and we should be set up pretty good. Grumpy Grandad's flying along. I gotta remember to keep shutting my door because I've got the aircon on, but the aircon's pretty pointless if I leave the door open, isn't it? Turn the radio off. My tunes. This big seed's not going to go very far. Obviously you space them out a little bit more, but they're big. So where I get 1,000 in the planter, and now I've only got 600 in there, so that makes any sense to you, I hope. Now we were doing 8k with this sort of the small seed, but obviously these big seed, you have to get more seed onto the belts. So I'll shut the speed down a little bit as well. Where I was doing 8k, we'll probably try and work with like 6 or something, you know, and see how we get on. Let's see what we got now then. that was pretty quick. Them few potatoes I put on there just has sorted us out already. So we will adjust that up to 10 and see where we're at. Just set that at 7k now rather than 8. As you can hear, it didn't like it. Didn't like it very much. You're trying to fire in big seeds, small stuff, good because you can get loads of it on there and fill all the gaps up. So, right, 11.5. That's not good. Come on. Yeah, no, that's not good. 11.3. I want 10. Just keep calibrating it until it sorts its speed out, sorts itself out, and then we won't be too far wrong, I don't think. 11.3, 10.2, that's good. That's all I wanted to hover around. 10.2, 10, 10, no, 10.1. Oh, look at that, beautiful. 10.5, okay, I'm gonna with that. 10.7, all right, come down again. 9.3 and it's calibrated. 9.3 is not enough. 10.1, there we go. That's what I want every time. Well, we've got 10.5. 11.3 again. Missed one there somewhere. 10.2, that's good, I can live with that. Right, let's keep going, keep going. Stop there. Go and have a dig. That's about bang on there. I'm not too far out. I might just keep playing with the settings a little bit. Just to try and get my averages to work a bit nicer, but go 9.9. Just shut that down a little smidge. See if I can get my average to float around 10 on the computer. 10.7 and it's locked off. Really? 9.4, I don't want that. 10.5. Yeah, well. 10.1, that'll do me lovely. So we'll keep going at that. I'll write that down in my book. And I'll write everything down on what I planted in. And then we'll crack on, see how much we can get done in a day. Cheers guys. Hey, when it all goes wrong big time, doesn't it? Grumpy Grandad just lost a tine off his basilia, but he has only got a round left to do on the long work of the field. So he is going to go and get me, he's now getting me a crate to put in the back of my planter. I am having trouble with this big seed. It says 9.8 now. I've had to do a little bit of jiggling around with them flaps, the first flaps that let the potatoes... The way you want to turn. That's alright. I'll show you. Come on, let's go and have a look. Sorry about the wind. I wasn't expecting it to be this windy today, but Jesus, it's got windy. There, it's now just jamming up. I don't know what it is, whether this is getting a load of dust on it or what, I don't know. It is just, I think it's just getting dust on there, and just, there's such a fine line between having the right amount of spuds in there and the wrong amount of spuds in there. But if you get the sensors wrong on the back, you can adjust how much goes in. If you get that wrong, which I don't know if it's quite right at the minute, they just it just dumps all the potatoes into the little tiny thin belts going backwards and forwards. Like now, I've just got to wait for that to spuffle around in there and just, and then once they all get jammed in there, they don't release and go down the centre row. So I'm gonna just keep giving you a little update on how things are going as the day progresses. Cheers guys. Fenlanders, I keep having issues. Dust and stuff keeps sticking to my sensors. Yeah, what I was saying is such a fine line between, I can't see what I'm doing with my shades on, sorry. Such a fine line, if you lot can see that, at the back here where they're dropping off the top belts, it keeps, that's about right there, just about right. I mean, my average is 9.8, 9.6, and it's 9.7 my setting that I was going for. But then the sensor gets covered in dust and just fills this back bit up here with potatoes, and you don't want that. Not only does it knock all the chips off, but it just all bung up. They just all bung up. So obviously the Natty Nana's just came and bought me a fruit salad, like a legend. Grumpy Grandad's on the loader now, and we are firing along, but it's all big seeds, so smaller seed I'd be able to march on a little bit quicker. But I mean, it must be 5 o'clock now, must be getting on close to. She has bought me some soap as well, so I've had a shower, which was good. I've already had the doctor cupping my nuts this morning, and Natty Nana washing me this afternoon, so it's amazing how refreshing a little fruit salad is. Got to keep an eye on the seed flowing in there, otherwise it runs out. And yeah, where it's now been basiled twice, it's so dusty, the dust and stuff is sticking straight to my sensors. Weirdly, not been a problem so far this year. And of course it's so windy out there. You know, like I was saying about getting every last little bit of fertiliser out of the bag, you got to try and wrestle the bag to get the fertiliser out. Seagulls think it's funny, don't you? Weirdos. After me bloody worms, isn't they? Like the doctor this morning. It's now just starting to ball up. Starting to ball up in the back there, so. As soon as I've drunk this, I'll get out and go give it a clean. That's proper refreshed me, that has. Ready for the night shift, because we're going to go as long as we can tonight. Oh, come in. Good. Hold on tight. Right, let me go and clean them sensors. I am going to put my hoodie back on. Hoodie sales are going well, guys. New hats out. I think you're just going to have to message me, because me and Mrs. Farmer still haven't worked out how to put them online yet. So if you see anything online that you like the look of, or you've spotted anything that I've advertised, then feel free to just message me. I'm always available, apart from 2 till 1 in the morning or when I'm napping. Right, I'm going to clean my sensors off. It's not that cold out there, it's just I feel like covering up. Cheers, guys. Ow, I better cover my front tank up as well. It's starting to rain again.